Hi, this is Merlin, and today I'm just gonna talk about what I learned today. But the problem is that I have literally no time for the doing some kind of engineering thing nowadays, because I had to some kind of read or learn about business management or those kind of thing, because I'm the uh, not CEO. I'm just the what do you call it? Whatever. So I have to think about, I have to learn about some kind of business plans. So, for example, business model, customer development model, and those kind of thing. And that made made me made me to 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 have no resource on concentrating on engineering thing. So I'm just gonna I repeat repeat the thing from yesterday and 2 days ago. So, um, basically, what we already made was authentication system, like register or login. And so the problem of register or login is, of course, there's cookie issue, because local hosts cannot get the cookie because the domain is different. And also another problem was that we use social login. We don't use some kind of putting some kind of making account via writing an email or those kind of thing. We just use social login, GitHub, and Google. And the the main problem was, the when you're trying to go or use the redirect URL of the Google or GitHub for authentication, you will learn that that is not API. That is just the redirection URL. So what you have to do is, you're gonna use window.location and href, you assign some kind of specific the Google authentication URL for it. And so I mean, this is pretty fine, but another issue what I faced was how to handle the tokens of it. If you look at this kind of diagram, basically our auth process is using SS token and reference token. SS token is just the token for the protected API, and reference token is just the token that refers the SS token, because SS token has expired time. And if the SS token is expired, the reverse token is gonna be refetched the SS token and go to and sent back into client. And the reason why the client don't have to care about this reference token is because the reference token is embedded within cookie, and every time we do the HTTP request, the cookie is inside the header of it, so we don't have to think about carrying our reference token in our client side. And also, we don't have we are not able to get the reference token on our header, because it defines us the HTTP only. And okay, we already got SS token, but my other problem was, I really don't like the easy engineering thing. I can use some kind of ChatGPT to make some kind of authentication system, but if it is that, is it gonna be really not bad? I'm like, it's not really for the big tech companies strategy. Using another, the Google, ChatGPT told me was just storing access token on our the global state, and check if this value is valid via use effect hook, and if it's not, go to redirect it using the use louder hook or those kind of thing. But my question is, I don't think that's really practical and that's really good, because you're just basically protecting routes just relying on the React hooks. But I mean, you should be care about React hooks, but those kind of easy process made me wonder, what if some kind of user can profile via some kind of dev tools. There's like Redux dev tools and the dev tools for the global storage. So my another approach was, let's just use the web worker thread. Web worker thread, it just works like hyper thread on the browser. Let's just fetch access token in the web worker thread, and when the web worker thread receives the access token, web worker thread, we're just gonna like assign or store as just the variable inside in their memory. That also means that the web worker, we just did web worker thread with in-memory system. When we get the access token and web worker sends to the main thread the access token value, but main thread will not store the access token of it, and not store as a variable. So the access token is a string. So we have to put our the access token on our bearer token, because when we trying to do the API calls, we have to put some kind of bearer token, blah blah blah. And but that is only that. But how do we really care about authentication and also how do we know that if this user is authenticated? We store the Boolean value on the local storage of the browser, so that is authentication or not. So what if user set to false? Of course, you can just redirect or those kind of thing, but still though, but I didn't check it. But I know there's some kind of possibility to change the local storage, but that doesn't matter because local storage is just the local storage. We don't put some kind of like credential value there. And also the problem of this kind of, there's no problem of it, but the another interesting what I learned was I used Jotai for the state management, and there's some kind of local storage state in the Jotai, and also there's a toggle local storage, which means that it's really used for the like toggling the dark mode and light mode. But I just use this kind of techniques into toggle some kind of APIs if the access token is not valid. So basically, we don't create some kind of boilerplate for the fetching other access token, those kind of thing. We just can just toggle it because we already made the function only for the getting access token. So that's gonna be like abstract, just the not tokenized, but it's just the function. So we can just toggle. This function is into the toggle logic of it. So when we try to just call function or some kind of hook to toggle it or refetch it, it's just gonna automatically refetch it for you and automatically store the Boolean value in the local storage. So that is how we did. So this is it. Have a nice day. See you next time. Bye bye.